All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Empowering Morning Conversations. So I just thought I'll say good morning to you before I pass you on to my dear friend, Rama. So Rama, please take over for the day and welcome to this.
Thank you, sir.
Kunan, please remember to lock the meeting at 7:10, okay?
Good morning. Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So today's topic is getting the best from your relationships. So we will go in the spirit of EMC, the conversation, inquiry-based conversation. So let's explore. Kunenji, can you lock it at 7:10? I can also do it, yeah. So in the spirit of EMC, let's explore how to get best from your relationships. So to start with, what is relationship and how do we handle it?
Understanding another person,
Yes,
listening to the other person attentively,
yes,
no judging, no
Yes.
blaming.
yes. Yes, absolutely. All of that, Hasinaji, well said.
Yeah.
Any other points?
Better open communication.
Communication, open communication.
And sir, could be having intention to serve the person.
Intention to serve. Okay. See, all of this are we saying because we know that that is how it should be, or that is how it is?
That is what required in life, sir.
Yeah, but are we doing it?
To a certain extent, yes, not fully.
Right. So what's stopping it? So like Asanaji said, listening, not judging, and some of you said communication. So are we able to do it? And if not, how to do it?
Mostly our egos will stop. Especially not family relationship, with your professional relationship, definitely our egos will stop us.
Oh yeah, even in personal it is much more actually if you deeply look at it. You're right. But I think many of us also may be wondering, so why is that relationship important? And are we giving sufficient focus and priority to that?
Yes, sir, definitely I'm giving after joining EMC.
Okay, so have you wondered why that relationship? See, what are the different kinds of relationships we have? Not the way it is like, you are a father, son, that kind of thing. That is anyway there, but in different levels. So some of the relationships are given, right? Like when you are born, certain relationships are already given. So that is automatically given relationship. There are certain relationships you develop during the profession. There are certain relationships you create explicitly as friends. So what are those different types of relationships and how are they different? And how do we deal with each one of them? For example, some people may think that, oh, this is the relationship given to me already. I born into this particular family. This is not like Bill Gates family. It is not like some great family. So I have to deal with that, right? And there are options for us to create new relationships at the workplace, us friendship that is given to us. We have the freedom and flexibility to do that. Are we able to understand that freedom to create any relationship what we want, and are we able to do it? And what are the distinctions? There are given relationships which you cannot change, and there are possibilities to create our own relationships as per what we desire. Are we able to understand that availability of power and freedom to choose such relationships? Are we choosing it? If not, why not? Or rather, how do we go about?
Maybe with past experiences with the people, we don't want to have a relationship with them. If I feel that somebody is arrogant, we will definitely try to avoid them.
Okay, so why is that the best way?
No, if you are in allowance, definitely you can build relationship with them.
Yeah, so one easy way is to avoid, but no, we also become arrogant at some point in time, right? So not that a person is always arrogant. So if that relationship is important, should we not develop the ways to deal with the arrogance rather than just discarding the whole relationship just based on one factor alone?
Yeah, yes, sir.
So think of your own relationships, whatever the current set of relationships you have, your the biological relationships or the already pre-given relationships, and the relationships you developed, you established, or you are forced to develop, and see whether is that what you want, or if you desire some other relationships, can you change it, or can you deepen the existing relationships?
The fact is, sir, I strongly believe in all my business aspects, only the relationship will help me to grow. Because
Yes,
always
exactly.
when in the relationship, that 5 elements, if you get, definitely they are my customers forever. That's what my experience in all these 40 years.
Right. Yeah, so yeah, that's what we need to look at it. It's important. What is the purpose of relationships, which we keep hearing from Sukhdev sir? So if you remember, if you really see that is how it is, or that is how it should be, can somebody say what is the purpose of relationships?
I remember one was to strengthen each other.
Yes, strengthen each other. Okay.
Support and empower each other.
Yes, empower each other.
Empower each other, yeah, correct.
Help each other.
Yeah, help and support each other. So yes, we as human beings, we cannot be alone. So we need support, we need help, we need empowerment, we need strengthening. So that's what comes from the relationships. So if we understand that fundamentals, then we can consciously develop or consciously deepen the existing set of relationships. Right. So is that clear? Are you able to experience in day-to-day life that the relationships are giving the help and support, empowerment, and strength? In fact, it can be opposite of all of that. If it is not handled properly, if it is not proper relationships, it can be not supportive, it can be disempowering, it can be weakening. So do you have experiences in both the sides, and what kind of experience you have? Can somebody narrate or say your experiences on either side of the relationship? I'm sure all of us have. So we can just recall what is the recent or most impacted. And then you can see how to make it better. In either case, whether it is negative or positive, we can still make it better. How does it get better than this?
You want to give us an example or what exactly, sir?
Your own experiences, if you can share. I know it is not, some people may not want to share it, but if anybody would like to share, you can.
Yeah, in fact, with my colleagues in my company, even though I used to communicate with them, I was not so open earlier. Now I'm in an open space and I'm in allowance. So because of that, I think I feel that there is improvement in relationship with my colleagues. Thank you, sir.
Right. So the improvement, does it cause any benefits, any results? What is the results you are getting?
Yeah, definitely. Now, what I want to do, that is empowering them, it's happening.
Yeah. So yeah, when you improve the relationships, the overall environment itself is good, right? The positive vibes will be there, and then the end result also will be more productive, more outcome. Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Ritika. So anybody else would like to say your experience on the relationships, positive or negative, and how it impacted? Yes, sir. Venkatesh.
Actually, life is full of relationships. Means actually, we everything in life depends on our relationship with our people, or who we meet, or the day-to-day people who just pass by. So this is like a journey we are traveling in a train or whatever. And recently, I read a poem also saying, "Excuse all, because we are here for a short time." So with that concept, when we are here for a short time, why not improve our relationship, make happy and forgive? Don't think. So as soon as you meet a person, you are actually both, both of us, the person who we met and ourselves, we have a reaction in us that says we are immediately having positive vibes or neutral vibes, or sometimes negative also. He resembles a person who has cheated you or who had a bad effect on you or anything, then that personality itself will have certain impact like that. So life is full of relationship, and we generally take like when we find a person, whether we want to know him or whether we ignore him, that depends. Like there are a lot of very nice people who I met at some exhibitions or say in a journey. One small example is about 3-4 years back in Hyderabad. I met one person just on the metro. So he had recently had a bypass or something, and he came out with that and all, and immediately within the duration of 10-20 minutes, he told him about a lot of things about his family and also shared his number. Even after 3-4 years, we exchange good morning even today. That means a relationship was built up between us. Like the same way our sir Sukhdeep Malwai also, I met him on this thing. We exchanged few words, and he invited me to EMC and all. This is also a relationship. Here also we meet lot of people. Now the group, we want people to speak and all, and listen to them, and we share a relationship. This is also a good example of relationships, and we here get only the benefits. We share the pains of others, and we understand. Like we say something like Hasina ji say, let's pray for my sister's recovery, other things. We really feel that, and we do it. Otherwise, who is Hasina ji and who is myself? We are far apart. But such things happen, like you have that friendship and other things, and this is a good example of relationship. And every morning from 7 to 8 we meet here. Enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Like you said, sometimes we get triggered, we get assumptions and judgment by seeing the people, by listening to their voice, that this person may not be good, or because I saw a similar person before who hurt me, so this person also may hurt. So that is the default mode, right? It may not be true. So how do we overcome that? Can we look at it in an open manner and then decide based on our own experience rather than going with past experience? In fact, there is no past experience also. Let's say we see, like Venkatesh ji said, we see somebody, that person looks like a person in the past who hurt us, and then we avoid. So how do we come out of it? Yes, Sir Venkatesh. You wanted to say something? No. Okay, Shakti, go on.
Yes, sir. For me, personally, I do have some priorities. It's, for example, family. I have intention to fix it. If I have anything to fix, I'm committed to fix that. Same with some of the professional relationship. I'm committed, but others, I'm putting boundary. I'm not giving priority. So I'm maintaining the comfortable distance.
Exactly.
That makes me feel good.
Yeah.
No unnecessary tensions, and also that boundary is helping me. So I'm not trying, I don't have intention to fix that.
Boundaries are not helping you.
I'm thinking it's helping me.
Okay.
Yeah. That's how
So
I'm managing it, sir.
Yeah, so that's not really expanding or empowering the relationship, right? You can maintain the status quo, of course, right? But is that sufficient?
No.
So how do we break this out and get into that creative mode in relationships as well?
Let me think about it, sir. So after Good to Great, one of the sessions, the relationship fix, I give a lot of thoughts on that, and then I try to fix, but really I'm not able to fix it. It's like something is stopping me. Yeah, so it's like if I go and try to fix it, it's kind of judgment. I'm holding it.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to leave that judgment.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Judgments is one thing. Another is assumptions, fear. Right.
Yeah. What others will think.
Right.
I think even ego comes in the way. Ego comes in the way a lot.
Yes. Yeah, ego will rather keep suffering with the existing status quo rather than trying something new, which may be a little bit hurtful to the ego.
Yeah.
Right. So basically the thing is awareness. Are we able to be aware of what's going on? Right. The status quo is, yes, it is there, but is it sufficient enough, particularly when we are discussing every day at EMC on improving ourselves, right? So it is not only improving ourselves, it is also improving the relationship with others. So in a way, when we say we are improving ourselves, we are also improving the relationship with ourselves. Right? If we can do the improvement of relationship with ourselves, can we do the same thing with others as well? Because we have seen in self-improvement, self-development is not easy. It is also very painful, very hard, but still we come here every day and do it. So when we do the same thing for others, with others, it will be multifold improvement overall. Isn't it?
Yes, sir. It is more important a relationship with my own.
Yes. Yeah. So even though we are one person, but we seem to see that, there is a relationship within ourselves, right? So similarly, at the larger level, if you really look at it, the whole thing is one, the whole universe is one, but we seem to see that each one is separate and we have the relationship. But if you go at the higher level, everything is one. There is a oneness, what people talk about. So when we want to improve the relationship with others, unless we are in peace with ourselves, will we be able to improve relationship with others?
No.
Unless we have our own relationship within ourselves is good enough.
Yes.
Can we improve the relationship with others? Yes.
No. The crux of the whole thing. You got to love yourself, and you got to have a good relationship with yourself, have a good self-worth. Then only you can develop a relationship with others only.
Right. It can be parallel. It need not be prerequisite. Sometimes when we see that amazing relationship with somebody else, then we start having good relationship with ourselves or start loving ourselves. So it can work both the ways. It can be parallel.
And I think there's another quirk in psychology that with some people you meet and immediately get along, the rapport is built up. And with some people you keep on trying for many, many years and you don't develop that kind of a rapport and deeper understanding, With some people you have it instantaneously. That's also a quirk in psychology, not being able to understand properly.
Yes. See, if for many, many years there is no good relationship, but that relationship is important for your life, right? Either the given relationship, your family and relatives, even though you may not explicitly like, but if for the overall improvement, you have to start developing that, improving that.
It has to be there.
Right.
You give them, respect them as it's required.
Right.
You communicate with them as it's required.
Right.
That's all it is.
So basically, what is that? So one thing what Shakti was saying is priority. Are we giving priority to the handful of relationships? See, it is not that we are handling the whole 7 billion people. We are not having a relationship with every mass people, right? We are talking about, first to start with, relationship with yourself, single relationship, right?
Yes.
And we are talking about relationship with your most important person in your life, probably your spouse. And then we are talking about around 4, 5, 6, 7 people in your family, right? And then we are talking about your immediate surrounding, maybe around 15 people. Or max, we can go up to 30 people, right? So that's all we are talking about in terms of having a good relationship, which will empower you, which will support you, which will strengthen you, right? So out of this maximum possible of 30, or you can go beyond that as well, but this 15, 30, can you prioritize? What is your top 3 relationships, for example? and what are you doing about it?
Some people you love more, they become more important to you.
Okay. So many, yeah, so many things can happen in default mode. See, like you said, some people more important, some people, how much ever you tried, it didn't work out. Because in the default mode, it all goes that way. So can we also get into a little bit creative mode and look at what is the topmost priority relationships, and then do some fine tuning to that. So that's the thing. I think we have the priority, for example. Yeah, yes. Yes, sir.
Myself, and
Yes.
then immediate family members,
Yes,
and then immediate professional relationship circle.
yes. So how many people are we talking about? Approximately.
Maybe around 20.
Yeah. So out of 20, we also know not all 20 are, the top most important. Within that, if you really need to prioritize priority 1, 2, 3. So what will be priority 1, what will be priority 2, and what will be priority 3?
Priority 1 is myself.
Yeah.
2, maybe if I have a life partner, it will come. That one, my parents. That's it.
Right.
And siblings.
Yeah. So actually, we are talking about assuming that priority 0 is myself, and priority 1 is the spouse, parents, and kids. That's all we are talking about. So we are talking about around 5, 6 relationships as the priority 1.
Sir, if you're talking about that one, are really committed. I'm so intent to fix it if something is going on. I'm talking about beyond that, sir. Even this within this 20, I'm trying to maintain, I'm trying to fix, I'm committed to fix it if anything goes wrong.
Okay.
Beyond that, I'm talking, it's like a friend circle, even it's like a very close friends, it's like 1 or 2, I'm trying to fix it immediately if anything goes wrong. Beyond that.
See, that is one way, that is fixing if something goes wrong. But what we are also talking about is how do we make it more enjoyable, more effective, more supportive, right? The existing relationship itself. See, right now you're looking at, okay, how to fix it. As long as it runs in a status quo, it's okay. That's not what we are talking about. Can you make it really amazing relationship? And what needs to be done for that? And like yesterday, we all learned from Induji, once we know that we have experienced one such relationship, which is really, intimate and a very great relationship, which works, then we can use it for developing for other relationships as well. So can we take one example?
Everybody.
Yes, sir.
Give love and respect to everybody you meet.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the 5 elements of relationship, which is honor is one of the things. Respect. Yeah. So what we are saying is that how do we really improve it and get the best out of the relationship? So that is the topic we are talking about. So how do we develop the best relationship and how do we get the best out of relationship? Right. So you take the existing one. So while you want to fix and improve the other ones, Shakti, so can we take the top priority ones and showcase that it is the best relationship possible with our own surroundings and our own capabilities? And then we can use that as the example for improving others.
Sure, sir.
Yes, sir. Reddy.
Sir, I strongly believe that better communication.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. But then do
also
we communicate?
being vulnerable?
Yes. Yes, all the 5 elements, of course. But then theoretically we talk about all the elements, but practically what are we doing about it?
No, again, communication, sir. Because communication starts with listening without judgment, all this.
Right. So even more than communication, even to start the communication, Reddy Garu, do we give sufficient focus and priority to the relationship? See, if you don't have the sufficient, the intention, of having top priority, intention of having focus on them, you will not even start communicating, right? So while the communication is the key.
Yes, sir. True, very true.
Right. So how do we bring that focus? How do we bring that priority? So what do you desire to get from relationships? Are you getting it or not? If so, how are you getting it? If not, what needs to be done? How do you get best from your relationship? So out of all these things, one of the key thing is this, that you can get best from the relationships provided what?
You are
You
open
give,
to receive, open
you
to
give, sorry, Reddy garu?
provided you are open to receive everything with a positive.
Yes, definitely. One is open to receive. The other one is you give the best as well. Right? So it also starts from there. It is not just getting best from the others. Yeah, of course, even if others willingly give the best, are you really ready to receive? That is another big thing actually. We close ourselves and not ready to receive. And most important thing is, unless we give the best, we also cannot receive the best. Are we thinking or getting stuck, or what's going on?
No, I wish to give other people to speak. That's why I'm keeping quiet.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Sir, relationship is like they are always in work in progress kind of thing.
Okay.
So yes, if I think of myself, yes, I'm improving on that. Earlier, I used to be in that more taken for granted, or or expecting much more from a relationship. But now, after the AMC or after my own experiences, that allowance, accept the person as it is. We can't change much more. And so I'm in much ease. And also, I also open to that. Okay, this is the way I am, so accept it.
Yeah.
That's all
So,
I'm
yeah,
in ease that way.
Yeah, allowance to yourself as well as to others. So yeah, as you rightly put, allowance is another one of the 5 elements of intimate relationship.
But yes, somewhere I'm still challenging for some of the toxic relationship, like you can say friends or relatives, where I'm not able to build up or not trying to patch it up. So if I first is toxic, my body and myself allows to move away from there. So
That's
instead
okay.
of building,
Yeah.
and it's automatically happen that no, I'm moved away from that persona, that toxic or whatever the negativity that is. But I never try to build up but then I think somewhere I have to work on that also, how to deal with those people to understand them.
Yeah, first thing is you should establish whether it is important, whether it is a priority. If it is so, then you have to work on that. If it is not, you can just leave it. It's not that you have to necessarily keep developing and improving all the relationships.
If it is friends or long, it's okay, we can move. There's nothing. But yeah, sometimes our own family members or close ones, then you can't avoid them. You have to see them regularly also.
Right. Yeah, so you brought in the element of allowance as the important thing to work on. I think Gopalji was saying honor and Shakti was saying vulnerability. Yes, I think we are able to understand, but how do we demonstrate? How do we use it? Is what we are also wondering, all of us. Yes, Abhinavji, you wanted to say something.
Hi, good morning, everyone. What I've been listening, and what I'm presenting that I've categorized all my relationships into two categories. Now, first category is the relationship which motivates and inspires me. And I'm not only talking of relationships which are close to me, like my father, my sister, my wife, my daughter, even my neighbors, my friends, people in the office. I'm also talking of, just because I have a habit of talking to everyone, right? So when I'm coming back from metro, if I have to take a rickshaw, most of the time it comes and picks me up. If I have to take a rickshaw, then I will speak to the rickshaw also. Okay. If I have to meet somebody for 5 minutes, recently, if you have seen the photograph, so I moved a shipment for Indian Army. So I interacted for some Fauji for 5 minutes, and after 5 minutes, I knew more about their life than maybe friends. Okay, and there was one army major. He in his free time, he sings Elvis Presley songs. So that and then the relationships which are inspiring and motivating for me, I really nurture those relationships. I go out of the way from them. So you will see, so people in the EMC come in that category. I will pass on compliments to them. Rama is great. Sakshi, by the way, you are looking great today. Today is a Sunday, but looks like as if you're going for a very important business meeting. Maybe you will find a life partner today. Okay, so I'm always, so that is the kind of relationship I have, very inspiring and lot of acknowledgement. But there is a second hidden relationship which are nasty. So I avoid them. So I avoid people who are very judgmental and always passing comments and always, somehow, being with them reduces my energy level. So if I'm with X, like if I talk to, sometimes speak to Neeti, so 5 minutes, it doesn't matter what is the topic, but after 5 minutes of talk, my energy levels are higher. Okay? But there are people in my life, I talk to them for 5 minutes and energy level goes down. So I avoid such people. And yet, I'm right now present to the fact that ultimately if my energy levels are going down because of some external stimulus, then I need to work on myself.
Yeah.
But
no,
yes,
absolutely.
this is the truth that I avoid such people. But I don't right now. I have no clue with them. Sometimes it is very painful also. But what to do? And yet, and then there, But when I'm, talking to my clients, vendors, at that point of time, it doesn't matter if somebody is nasty or nice. Doesn't matter, because then I'm, working for my company. I have to deal with nasty people. I will deal with nasty people, and I know how to deal with nasty people also. As far as my business, my job is concerned, but in real life, I run away from them.
That's interesting. Yeah, because in the work, that what should be the outcome, right?
Yes.
To get that outcome, you are okay to deal with whatever the relationship it is and make it good. But when it comes to life, you don't bother about the outcome. You say, okay, it's okay. Whatever comes is okay, right? So we can have great outcome in personal life as well. I want to be really happy. I want to be empowered. I want to be supportive. I want to be strong. So hence I need to develop certain relationships, not all of them, right? So in the business also, you don't go and deal with everybody, right? You go to a client who's going to pay for you, right? So similarly in the personal life also, we can choose the right set of people to have the relationship. So as you said, Abhinavji, you can obviously avoid if somebody's energy is not gelling with you and it is putting you down. Obviously, there is no point in going and dealing with them, which is perfect. But the thing is, there are existing relationships which you cannot avoid, right? And they also will be negative, right? So there you need not keep suffering that. Can you deal with them and make it positive? That's the one point to look at, right? But the other way, what you are doing, not only your family and the friends and the colleagues, you are also anybody you see, you are establishing good relationship. That is a great quality. I think that matters a lot because that is what we need as a humanity, as a community, as a society, as a country. That we deal with the people in a very respectful way, and we are grateful to each other and appreciate each other, right? That you are done great. I think that's really good to learn and good to demonstrate. See, many people, they just say just for the heck of it, how are you? And generally they ask, okay, what is it? And then that guy keeps narrating and you don't listen to them. And that doesn't really nourish them, that doesn't really empower them, that doesn't give them joy to them. But if you are truly interested and listen that 5 minutes and appreciate and participate in the discussion, then they will really get strength, they will really get empowered, they are supportive. Even that 5 minutes, they can really cherish that throughout their life. I think that's very, very important. I think it's great to learn from Abhinavji what he was saying, that wherever we deal with, wherever we move around, can we establish that kind of good relationship even for 5 minutes? That is really nourishing, that is really empowering for both that person as well as us. Thanks for sharing that, Abhinav. See, so basically, are we giving importance and priority to our relationships? Do we focus and be attentive? See, when we just talk to our family members or talk to some people, our focus is somewhere, either in the mobile or in the call or in the office work or something else. And obviously, you will not be able to establish the best relationship if you are not able to focus. Are we able to give time and effort to really improve the existing relationships or form the new relationships? Are we able to acknowledge and appreciate the good things in each other? Like Abhinav clearly said that he's really doing that, and he demonstrates, which we all see. And also articulate and ask. See, there's certain things, Shakti, this is where the thing comes, that something we may feel that, oh, we cannot really ask that, then they may feel bad or the relationship will go for a toss. It doesn't. Actually, it is good to communicate. This is what Rediger also was saying, communicate, ask and articulate what you want, ask for the clarification, ask for what you want. So that is important. And being positive in spite of whatever the challenges and issues coming in the relationship, in life in general, we can be positive, we can be powerful always. And communication. So there should be open communication, and there should be better communication. And important part of that communication is listening, obviously. Right? So these are some of the things we can do, which of course, we all know the 5 elements of relationship, which is honor, gratitude. So what are the other ones? Vulnerability, allowance, trust. Yeah, honor, trust,
allowance, gratitude, vulnerability.
Yes. So we can be all of that.
Sir, there is another element to it, which you should not forgive, not forget.
Yeah.
That is the ability to forgive.
That
See,
is
because
allowance. That is allowance. In fact, allowance is much bigger than forgiveness.
yeah.
Allowance is not even getting offended to, you don't even need to get offended and then forgive. Allowance is be in allowance, really, let it be.
Quite.
Yeah, but with the current state, I agree with you that in the current state of our mind, we are not in allowance. We are still getting offended, and then at least let's forgive and move on. Yeah.
See, because no one forgets an insult,
Yeah.
Insulted a person, no one forgets it. That's the whole problem,
Correct. But again, if you have the broader allowance and broader understanding, we'll not even get insulted because we don't know what that person really meant. When that person said certain things, we get insulted. But if you are able to understand from that person's point of view, if you understand the overall perspective, we don't even need to get insulted to start with. So whether we are able to put that much of effort, time, and understanding and awareness, then there is nothing actually. We can understand, we can empathize with that other person, why that person is saying what that person is saying.
It's all a question of your evolution. If
Yeah.
you evolve to that level, where whatever the other person is telling, that is his, because of his background, his experience, and sort of things,
Exactly.
His belief
In
system.
fact, that person may not even mean anything wrong or bad to you.
And I don't accept it. That's all.
Yeah.
That is his part. But that requires a little higher level of evolution as you go on a journey.
Exactly. That's what we are working on. Can we be
exactly.
in more awareness? Can we be in the consciousness?
Quite right.
Okay, so we can also explore what are the typical problems in relationships and how to avoid the problems, and what are the things to do to have best relationship. I think we have been talking about what are the things to do the best relationships and get best out of it, and what are the typical problems we are facing today, and how do we avoid them. So one thing Abhinavji was saying is that some of the relationships, it creates negativity, it really puts down, then avoid it. So avoiding is easier, but not all of them should be avoided. Some of them have to be managed and handled. So if you need to handle the negative relationships, how do we handle it?
Just bear them out. That's all.
Yeah. So Nitinji, okay, she left. Yeah. Yes, sir. Gopalji.
Just bear them out. That's all. If we had to, it's necessary. You can't leave them out. Then bear them out patiently.
Yeah, exactly. So if we increase our awareness, if we are in allowance, if you are truly open to listen and understand, we can change that relationship.
Yeah.
So we also talked about what's the purpose of relationship. To get anything, what needs to be done? You have to give. What are the key elements of intimate relationship? We talked about. So how do we measure the depth of relationship? Or how good the relationships are? And Sukdeep sir talked about it in probably good to great. Right? One is how close that person is, the closeness. The other one is the commonality, common agreement on various things. And the third one is communication, how often and how well you communicate. So these are some of the three measures to look at how good is the relationship. Closeness, agreement on the various points, and communication. frequency as well as the depth of communication. So we said, what is the purpose? Then how do we get the best support? How do we get empowered? How do we get stronger with relationships? So what's coming up, Kunanji?
Yeah, it's a very enriching session, sir. I'm trying to absorb. And what is coming to my mind is, which I'm working, is a very close relationship with all 5 intimate relationship elements with the universe. Because personally, what I have experienced, if I have very strong relationship with universe, the other relationships get better. So that's what I'm working these days. But as you rightly mentioned, from other human beings, how much importance we are giving is critical. The time and energy, appreciation. And normally what I practice whenever I meet some strangers for the first time in any business gathering or any social gathering, I normally ask a question that how can I support you to help you in your mission of your life or in your business, sort of things. And I have realized that this question connects in a better way, in a faster way, in a stronger way, because I genuinely ask. And I remember once sir was talking about whether we are aware or not, whether we want or not, we are already energetically connected with almost 250,000 people. So that connection is already there.
That's right. Yeah. We have to expand that. The oneness is we are connected with everything in the universe. So that asking question that, how can I be supportive to achieve your vision, Kunanji, that's a great thing. That you are able to ask the strangers and you are also able to give it in 5 minutes. But can we ask this consistently to ourselves and to our close relationships, the top priority relationships? Even though we know that we should ask and support and do what needs to be done, are we really doing it? See, there it is, strangers, it is easy because it is 5 minutes. Beyond that, not much. Maybe 1 or 2 calls after that. So the effort is not much. So, in fact, it's a great thing to even to ask. That itself, many people don't even realize that it can be done, but you are doing it. But can that be done with your close relationship as well? Consistently. It can be done, it should be done. That's when we can really create the deeper and better and empowering, stronger relationships. So similarly, Abhinavji, when he is interacting with others, that 5 minutes he is able to focus attention and appreciate you and get all those things. But can that be consistently demonstrated with our close relationship as well? So that we have great, empowering and stronger relationships, and which helps in our life. Oh, wow. Hello.
Junior Sakshi. Junior Shakti. What is coming to my mind, sir, that as far as my personal relationship is concerned with the very close people, since beginning, it's already, I'm in allowance, or the others are in the allowance. So unless we have done something wrong in managing the close relationship, we need to go back and look into what I have not done or what I'm supposed to do. And in my opinion, as an individual, awakened human being, by default, we are supposed to have wonderful relationship with the close knit family members. But yes, as you rightly mentioned, in case it is not, then we need to introspect, find out what's missing. And you need to use that 5 elements of relationship.
Yeah. So it is not only just running the status quo and it's something bad is not happening. I think with the close relationships, what we need to look at is how do we make their life easier, ease, joy, and glory. So can we bring in ease, joy, and glory for all our top priority relationships, right? So that is what we are looking at. So when we are selfishly working on ourselves to improve ourselves, it is also important that we improve our relationship, at least with the top priority ones.
Yes, sir, right. I think it's just a matter of giving enough importance, time, and energy with the positive feedback, appreciation, asking questions, as you mentioned, and then being more powerful in terms of radiating energy, and then having positive communication. And what is coming to my mind is that at any particular moment, though we are supposed to be in the present moment, but what I have observed with the others who are in contact with me or who are having relationship with me are a bit selfish in nature. Sometimes, not everyone. So they do have the relationship with me based on their needs, based on their requirements, based on what exactly they want to get it. So on many occasions, the relationship is based on need only, not genuine relationship. So that I can identify, I can feel, and we all can know who is genuine, who is fake. Or so.
But we can go beyond that. See if that person's that person's need and understanding. If he consistently, assuming that it is a top priority relationship, if we consistently really be in that space where we are doing all those 5 elements, that person also understands that, yeah, I also need to go beyond my needs. I cannot just keep extracting only my own needs. I need to really work towards a good relationship, and it is two-way street, not just one way. So that person also understands, because we have to go beyond that. While we understand that that person is needy and they look at only from need perspective, but we can change the whole thing. If it is not important, of course you can walk away, that's different. But we are assuming that it is important relationship for our life to continue, because we cannot expect them to be much more powerful than us or similar to us. They will be different. So with these thoughts, I think we are going to end it now. Yeah, yes, Sanchit.
Before you're closing it, just I want to thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Actually, for judgment, I'm in practice. Keep practicing that, telling that everything is an interesting point of view. But this 5 elements is a great reminder for me to use in every day. I'm not using it. I will use it, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this session. You're on mute, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I think we have to keep reminding, keep looking at, keep practicing, keep sharing. So that really helps. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
And just to add on one point, Ramaji.
Yeah.
It could be a bit challenging to remember these 5 elements, and though with the practice, we can definitely. But to simplify the issue of relationship at any particular moment, what is coming to my mind is that our mind always work based on the past experiences or memories. So as Sugdeepak sir always say that we operate from a reference which has happened in the past. So mind immediately brings those experience and memories that, oh, this is what had happened. Now, based on this, you take action. And also mind takes us in the future by creating some assumptions, some fear that, oh, this might happen. So between the past or bad experiences, the memories, and the imagination of something might go wrong in the future with this person or this relationship, we get confused and we don't be in the present moment. We lose the allowance and all the trust, honor, etc. So at any particular moment, I believe it's important for all of us to be aware that what my mind is telling me at this moment. Is my mind taking me in the future by creating some fear, or taking something from the past and giving me information that this has happened in the past, it might happen again in the future? So awareness would help us a lot in managing all these elements, I believe, sir.
Absolutely. And also, we can use what we learned yesterday from Induji on programming certain things, right? So we could use that technique to program whenever we get into default mode, or whenever we want to remind that these are the 5 elements we want to demonstrate, or whatever we would like to have.
Yeah, makes sense, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone, and let's close it. Thank you. Tomorrow we'll again.
Thank you so much.
Start with EMC.
Listen,
Bye.
something from Mr. Kamalji. He is a good.
Oh yeah, Shari. Okay, we'll close with Shari, Kunanji and Kamal.
Kamalji is always come with some new.
Yeah.
Nothing coming new in my mind. I think I have. There is the one Shari which is on relationship only, and I think I've said it earlier also in this platform, which goes like this. जिंदगी का ये हुनर भी आजमाना चाहिए, जिंदगी का ये हुनर भी आजमाना चाहिए, जंग अगर अपनों से है तो हार जाना चाहिए.
Second line, sir.
जिंदगी का ये हुनर भी आजमाना चाहिए, जंग अगर अपनों से हो तो हार जाना चाहिए.
Yeah, very good. जंग अपनों से भी और हार जाना चाहिए. बहुत अच्छे.
Awesome, awesome.
Very good, sir.
So that's how we maintain some relationship. हार कर.
Very nice, sir.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very good. Kunan साहब.
Thank you, Kunan sir. Yeah.
जी, मैंने जो अर्ज किया जनाब, रिलेशनशिप अर्ज किया है कि तेरी धड़कन से जिंदगी का रिश्ता है मेरा. तेरी धड़कन से जिंदगी का रिश्ता है मेरा, तू जिंदगी का एक अहम हिस्सा है मेरा.
अरे वाह,
जिंदगी का एक अहम हिस्सा है मेरा. ये मोहब्बत सिर्फ लफ्जों का नहीं है, ये मोहब्बत सिर्फ लफ्जों का नहीं है, तेरी रूह से रूह तक का रिश्ता है मेरा.
वाह, बहुत अच्छे.
तेरी रूह से रूह तक का रिश्ता है
मेरा. बहुत अच्छे. वंडरफुल. रूह से रूह तक का रिश्ता है. बहुत अच्छे. Soul to soul connection.
Soul to soul. That's the reality, sir. We all are soul, and we are all connected.
And we are connected. As you rightly said, we are connected. We are one. Very good. Wonderful. Excellent.
As Rama sir explained, it's all about oneness. It's all
oneness. Exactly.
Yes, well said.
Thank you so much.
Right. Thank you. Bye. See you tomorrow.
Stay safe, stay blessed, and see you tomorrow.
Thank you so much, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you all. Have a nice Sunday.